Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. First of all, let's be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because today we are still have opportunity and health so that we can do activities as usual. And don't forget to say greetings and prayer to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by reciting Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali sayyidina Muhammad. Hopefully with salawat to him we will get intercation. Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Well, in this opportunity, I will explain my material that related with the qualitative data with the title Steps Data Analysis in Qualitative Research. Before I'm going to talk about my material today, I would like to say thank you to Mr. Nuardi MED as lecturer in this course. And I also want to introduce myself. My name is Radinda Nasyfa Yolanda. I'm student at University of Sultan Syarif Qasim Riau, and now I'm 6th semester. Alright, in this part I will share to you the definition of qualitative data. Qualitative research is a process of naturalistic inquiry that seeks an in-depth understanding of social phenomena within their natural settings. It focuses on the why rather than the what of social phenomena, and relies on the direct experiences of human beings as meaning-making agents in their everyday lives. Next, data analysis qualitative, according from Craswell. In general, data analysis in qualitative research move inductively. For example, from data to level higher abstraction, including synthesizing and develop theory. This means that the data analysis in qualitative research is more open-ended and must be adjusted to the data or information in the field, so analytical procedures are difficult to determine beginning. Next, as you can see in this picture and table, a step-by-step guide to qualitative data analysis. There have 6 step-by-step qualitative data analysis. First, organizing the data, finding and organizing ideas and concepts, building or phrasing them in the data, ensuring reliability and validity in the data analysis and in the findings, finding possible and plausible explanation for findings, and the last, an overview of the final steps. Okay, for the first step is organizing the data. Valid analysis is immensely aided by data displays that are focused enough to permit viewing of a full data set in one location and are systematically arranged to answer the research question at hand, according from Haberman and Miles. The best way to organize your data is to go back to your interview guide, identify and differentiate between the question or topic you are trying to answer, and those were simply included in the interview guide as important, but for the moment not essential. And for organized data, data should be organized in a way that is easy to look at and that allows the researcher to go through each topic to pick out concepts and themes. One way to do this is to organize all the data from transcript. It might look something like this. Stage number 2 is finding and organizing ideas and concepts. Identifying salient themes, recurring ideas or language, and patterns of belief that link people and setting together is the most intellectually challenging part of the analysis, and one that can integrate the entire endeavor, according from Marshall and Ross. Well, in this part you have to know what to look for. First, word or phrases used frequently. When looking at the various responses for one particular question, the researcher might find a specific word or ideas keep coming up. The researcher should make note of the different ideas, as the different responses are read through. Next, finding meaning in language. Sometimes we can learn about a person's perception or their perspective, attitudes, and feeling about something simply by noticing the word they use to express themselves. Next, watch for the unexpected. This is where we learn new things or things we didn't expect to hear. It is important to always follow up when participants seem to be going in a new or unexpected direction. This situation we call reach point and are often very valuable. Next part is hearing stories, Rabin and Rabin. Stories are a way for the interview to communicate the point or the ideas or the symbol indirectly. Many events, themes, and meaning can come out of the story. It is important to pay close attention to them and to their meanings. And next, coding and categorizing ideas and concepts. Once you have identified words or phrases used frequently, as well as ideas coming from how the interviewer has expressed him or herself, and from the stories that he or she told you, you have to organize these ideas into codes or categories. For example, you make a table. First table is about question or topic. Second table is about responses. And third table is about categories. So this is more easy to researcher to know data analysis in qualitative research. Stage number 3, building of writing themes in the data. Each of the response categories has one or more associated themes that give a deeper meaning to the data. Different categories can be collapsed on under one main of writing themes. One of themes that emerges from the TB data is that the participant associated feelings of isolation with TB. The theme of isolation emerges from the response and the categories from each of the question or topic discussed. Next point number 4, ensuring reliability and validity in the data analysis and the findings. Validity, the accuracy with which a method measures that what it is intended to measure and yields data that really represent reality. Validation doesn't belong in some separate stage of the investigation but instead as an ongoing principle throughout the entire research process. Reliability, the consistency of the research finding. Ensuring reliability requires diligent efforts and commitment to consistency throughout interviewing, transcribing, and analyzing the findings. And you also must do testing emergent findings and hypotheses, checking for research effect, validating or confirming findings, obtaining feedback from participants, external validation of coding strategies, and the last, acknowledging factors which may have influenced the participant response. Next, step number 5, finding possible and plausible explanation of the findings. In this part, you have to know question and solution, like, so what did you find? Start by making a summary of your findings and your themes. Second, ask yourself some question. Are these findings what you were expecting based on the literature? Were there any major surprises in the findings? How are they different or similar to what is stated in the literature from other similar studies? And important sources to answer those questions is literature, personal notes, key information or community collaboration, and etc. And the last, an overview of the final steps. That I have 3 points. First, what are the implications of the findings? Once you have developed your overarching themes, you need to think about the implication. Why is your work important? Why should everyone pay attention to it? What are the implications within each community? How are the partners within the communities reacting to the findings? Second, communicating the information determine who will have access to the information and how those people or communities will be affected by it. And the last, organizing the information into a final report. This includes not only the result but how the entire research process was carried out, what went right, what went wrong, highlighting the strengths and limitations as well as what you will do differently and how it could be improved. Well, I think that's all my explanation about steps to data analysis in qualitative research. Sorry for my mistake, and the last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.